Very good morning to everyone. In this lecture EC8652 wireless communication, today we are going to discuss about the topic classifications of equalizer algorithms. In linear equalization technique is the method used for receiver to deal with the inter-symbol interference, that is a ISI generated by the non-Nyquist nature of the system response. Such a linear equalizer, it is a simple method to reduce the ISI distractions. Here, the three different algorithms are used to under the linear equalization method. Number one, zero forcing algorithm, least mean square algorithm, regressive least square algorithm. The comparison of zero forcing and least mean square, the zero forcing is it completely reduces the ISI distraction and noise enhancement is present. In mean square, the mean squared error linear equation, it allows some amount of ISI distractions and it reduces the enhancement. Okay, so the mean square error linear equation, it allows some amount of ISI distraction and also reduce the noise enhancement. So the communication system, the channel is the main unit that will decide the system performance. In the mobile environment, the behavior of channels are unpredictable due to the multipath channels. The input data symbols are transmitted through the channels, but the channel is unknown for which we try to model it with different algorithms, namely zero forcing, mean squared error, etc. Now, the first technique is a zero forcing algorithm. The criterion to force the samples of combined channels and equalizer impulse response to zero at all but one of the sample point in the tapped delay line filter. So in this algorithm, the disadvantages, it may excessively amplify the noise at the frequencies where the folded channels spectrum has high attenuation. Suitability, it is a wireless communications link models. The delay, that is a unit delay of the this zero forcing algorithm, is a eject transformation of a linear equation. So the eject transformation of the filter coefficient are tapped weighted in the filter of infinite impulse response of IIR and also the finite impulse response of FIR filters. If the first filter of second type FIR, then the filter is known as time reversal filter or tapped delay line filter with the tapped weighted or coefficient of the signals. Now the input sampled are applied to the input of the filter, which or the output of the transversal filter is denoted, that are the estimate of the input data symbols. The output of G of z is added to the summer unit. At the receiver end, Q of z is calculated based on the algorithm, and if we use adaptive type of equalizer, then decision algorithm is applied and the output sampled CK are obtained. In this method, it tried to remove the ISI distractions in terms of signals represented the system response, and the receiver should be the ISI free signal in order to generate the flat channel response for the entire frequency range. So The output of the equalizer should be is a zero mean complex Gaussian sequence. So the equation is summing to the minimum mean square error at equalize the output is just the noise power in the output. So it discrete power spectral density of the Gaussian sequence. If the value of the sequence g of z is 0 for the interval, the equalizer will become infinite the same interval that lead to finite mean square error at the equalizer output. So the mean square error is given as the e of vk whole square. So this is a zeroth tap of the equalizer in the frequency response of the each individual channels. It is automatically correlation function of the zero shift. Now let us move to the least mean square algorithm. In this mean squared error algorithm, equalizer algorithm, permit some amount of ISA distractions at the equalizer output at the same time, reduce the mean squared error present between the output of the squared and the transmitted symbol. We know the Z transform of linear equalizer is expressed as the Q of Z is equal to sum of k is equal to minus m to m into the signal value into the tapped weighted signal. Here the criterion to minimize the mean square error between the desired equalizer output and the actual equalizer output is to minimize the signal x equal to e of ek convolution of ek, that is a errored signal. It must solve the iteratively simplest algorithm required only 2n plus I 1 2n plus 1 operations by iteration. The LMS equalization maximize the signal to distraction ratio as it the output within the constraint of the equalizer filter length. A step size alpha is used to control the convergence rate and the stability. Now the disadvantages of this LMS algorithm, it is a low convergence rate because of the only one parameter alpha, especially when the Eigen's value of the input covariance matrix or NN have a very large spread. It is a It is an important goal is minimize the mean squared error present in the actual equalizer output when comparing its value or the desired equalizer output. So the prediction error E is highly dependent on tap gain vector value. The mean squared value of the equalizer output is a function of the weighted value. The LMS algorithm we are required statistical information such as the autocorrelation of the input and cross correlation function of the input and desired output signals. The correlations of these autocorrelations and cross correlation functions, in this case it is the finding the expectation of the input and the expectation of the desired output. So the algorithm is effectively in producing the required output with minimize the mean square error. The resulting of errors outputted is the normal functional equations where error is minimized and it is made normal to respective projection that is related to desired signal xk. The minimum mean square error in this condition, the equalizer will be denoted as a optimum stage. The desired weighted signal, in practice the mean square error is achieved regressively and it can be done with a gradient algorithm. It is also generally called the least mean square algorithm, that is called LMS. It is the simplest equalization algorithm that record the only the 2n plus 1 operations for one iterations. Now let us we move to the regressive least mean square algorithm. In LMS algorithm, the rate of convergence is slow. To obtain a fast convergence, some complex algorithm have to be implemented, and they are based on the least square approach. It shows that the fast convergence depends on error measurement expressed in terms of time average of the actual signal received. Hence, we go for a powerful algorithm known as regressive least square algorithm. It helps to get the comparatively faster convergence of adaptive equations. In this regressive least square algorithm, the least square error that are based on time average calculations. The regressive least square algorithm record the calculations of tap gain vector, that is a Wn of n, so that the cumulative squared error can be minimized. The parameter lambda is the data weighted factor. Hence, the lambda is used to weight the recent data with more important and not the old data. Thus, finally, the C of n forget and hence ignore the old data in non-stationary environment. It also, in case of non-stationary natured channels, the value of lambda is 1. The least square error, that is based on the time average, is given. That is a J of n is equal to summation of I is equal to 1 to n lambda n minus I into e of I whole square. So here the lambda is denoted as the weighting factor and e of I is a error signal. So the errors e of I can be rewrite the expressions e of I is equal to x of I minus y of n I wn. So lambda is a weighting factor that play more weightage to recent data in the computation process, and let's weight to old data. And then the J of n would forget the non-recent old data in case of non-stationary environment. In case the radio channels is stationary, here the value of the weighted factor lambda will be set to 1. To get a minimum value of least square J of n, then it is gradient is equated to 0. Now, in this session, we are discussed the linear, non-linear and linear equation algorithm. In next session, we are going to discuss the diversity method of wireless communication. Thank you for watching this video.